is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. Live market chat Thursday, October 26, 2023. Another banger. What did we say? A generational short in tech potentially coming to fruition before our own very eyes. We need to talk now about what to expect, what levels to watch, what to go see and think about into next week as we have an FOMC meeting next Wednesday. Hopefully you are mentally prepared to handle the games. Remember, higher VIX means volatility. Doesn't mean always down. It means up and down. So, knowing such, please get comfortable. Come on in. Crack a soda. Crack some time. Whatever. Open. And get in and get listening. Because I want folks to be dialed in. Because this is where the work comes in. This is where the evidence. These are where the levels are going to matter. So first thing you need to take note of. Actually, let me just... Hey, what's up, Scott? How many people are here right now? Because if you're in the Discord room, come on in. If you have any questions, ask. I'm about to drop bombs on you guys because we got to be prepared for this mentally. We know this is not going to go down in a straight line. I mean, we could even rally maybe tonight after the Amazon earnings. I don't know. Intel's probably going to be a dud. But I don't know. Western Digital, who knows? But thing you need to note, November 1st, FOMC day. Write that down. Think about also, too, it is the first and last... It's the first business day of the month, and we're going in the first and last 3 business days of the month. So, as we've said, the door isn't wide enough when it's time to go. So, keep that in mind, right? The door is not wide enough. It's very clear. People want out of tech. Google set the fire alarm. Microsoft is confirming it. Tesla owned it. Netflix is going to roll over. Apple's turned into crap. Amazon is starting to crap out. NVIDIA now is what? At 400. The Magnificent Seven that people were so scared to short are starting to crack. The QQQs broke levels. So, if you're around, again, please grab a pen, grab some paper. If you're not doing this, holy shit, what is wrong with you? You're winging the hardest game in the world from your mind. You don't have notes. You're not sitting here prepared mentally. You're literally just going to fly by the seat of your pants. You don't have a journal. If that is you, right now, you have failed yourself. Absolutely. Hey, Shannon. That you don't have a journal. You don't have notes. You're not prepared mentally other than you're just going to wing it. We don't do that. We're evidence-based. We're absolutely evidence-based. And one of the things you do with evidence is trying to confirm it. You're trying to acknowledge and see what it is. And if it's working, it's working. If it's not working, you got to pivot. So, if you're new to the channel, want to join the Discord room, a link in the description below. If you want to be involved, please do not waste my time and come into the room and say nothing. Get involved. You're here, again, I have experienced members that I'm absolutely going to boot, and I'm seeing your names right now. That, again, you guys don't do anything in the room anymore. I appreciate maybe you gave donations in the past, but I want people involved. There's plenty of trades out there that we're not seeing because somebody is probably on their own, doing their own thing, and not sharing them. It'd be really cool if you did. It's, again, how many you want 20 or 30 people that are absolutely involved. And again, maybe they're still learning. That's fine. But asking questions, because other people might have the same questions. Now, if it's a stupid question, meaning like it's a question that we've answered for you 17 times, I don't know what to tell you. Like, do the easy trade. Hey, I want to go long Morgan Stanley. Okay, if that's the best trade out there, then you go right ahead. You take that dollar. But if you want to make money and you want to short some tech and you're looking at, you name it, all of them down dollars, Rapido, I mean, Netflix, wow, 402. If you shorted this morning at 415, you're making dollar bills. Yeah, Netflix is working. Thanks, Bam. Hopefully it is working for you. That's a nice thing. It's a great thing. So, anyway, let's get into the levels. Let's get to the whole point of why we're here. You want to join the Discord room, links in the description below, yada, yada, yada. I appreciate all the love and the support, and I do appreciate the donations. If you guys are absolutely killing it, pay yourself, put money aside for taxes. Make sure you treat your family. And if you want to chip off a bone for your boy, I appreciate it. I'm doing a lot of work, and hopefully this is the value you show up for every single time. So let's just go through the rapid fire everything. Oil. Oh, 416.50. That's not bad either. What have we said? It seems like it's dead. Geopolitically, it's a hard trade. If you need a short service names. Leave oil and the commodities alone. Bitcoin, we said it's up. Is it sustainable? I struggle with it. I don't want to touch it. I think there's just as easy trades and other things. If you're long Bitcoin, please raise your stops, because again, the Feds, with the GDP today coming out at 4.9%, which is all government spending, is a complete farce. Now the Feds are what? They can't cut rates with GDP at 4.9%. Everyone's going, well, again, maybe they're going to cut next quarter or on next Wednesday. Not happening. They can pause, but they're not cutting. Everybody knows for a fact they're not cutting. So let's just get into it. Let's roll the beautiful footage. And we're going to start where? On bonds. What have we said? Bonds have been in the tank. Higher rates, they have a lagging effect on the economy. 0% chance of what? Not a recession. Like, the recession is 100% coming next year. Maybe it's coming as we speak, but again, based on the GDP, do you believe the data? How many revisions? It's interesting because, again, I look at leading indicators. I look at all these different other things. And it's like, 4.9%, okay. Great. Why is the market tanking on it? Because nobody believes it. Maybe. It's past. Dollar. What have we said? Watch the dollar. Again, you want to trade these things? Go right ahead. I don't care. But we said hold the 20-day. Looks like it's a rallying. The VIX. Everybody's calling the bottom. Again, I'm not going to... I guess I should make fun of these people. Like, they're literally... Some of the most followed people on social media, hundreds of thousands of followers are going, are you buying stocks yet? Are you buying stocks yet? And it's like, are you watching the stock market? Because what are you doing? Because the levels are breaking. And the VIX is barely in the low 20s. Barely. And remember how I've told you guys, I love when the VIX creeps up slowly, because now you can trade around your positions. You can leverage a trend. But people are like, oh, I want to see this VIX spike to 50 and then go all in long. Nope, I want this to be the slow burn of a VIX up to 50. And again, we're trading around our positions. We're getting in some financials. We're shorting some tech. We're shorting some industrials. We're shorting some banks. We're shorting some FedEx. We're shorting some oil. Dude, jumping around. I want to see certain things. Pop, short. Pop, short. And it's such a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. But everybody wants to get paid immediately because they can't trade around their positions, because they can't execute trading around a position. Oh, I got to be all or nothing all the time. Okay, well, that's like saying you got to go to the casino and bet it all every time you play a game. Oh, is the only way you're going to gamble is if you go all in every time? Do you go play blackjack and go, well, I have to put my whole bankroll down every time? Do you? That seems kind of silly and stupid. So the VIX, building up. SPY. What did we say last week? What did we say? We said, don't be surprised if we get a few up days down here, but we're coming down into this blue zone. We're down in here. And as we're going into next Wednesday, could the market chop around? Because for the it's down pretty quick. Again, we talk about this. Don't be surprised. You get some down, you get some rally. Oh my God, where did you see that in the past? It's like every fucking downtrend. Excuse my language. Look, you get a little bit of up, and then you'll get a big bear market rally, and then you'll get a little up to the 20-day, and then you'll get a little up and chop, and then it goes, and then you'll get another little up that gets everyone convinced, and that's the bottom, right? Well, are we at the bottom? Are we at the real bottom? Get the hell out of here. Now, we might be in this like straight line move near term that can turn into a rally. Short term, right? Like, that makes sense. So that's why, like, the more you're up, the less you own. Do not be pressing your shorts all in at the lows. Wait for the VIX to spike. Take some profits on your puts, whatever you're selling, covered calls or covered puts. I mean, whatever you want to do. You want to sell puts against your shorts? Go right ahead. I get it. Sell out of the money when the VIX is spiking. It's awesome. If you have a short on a stock, say for example the SPY, and you sell the 410 puts down here for like 10 or 15 bucks, and then it rallies from 410 up to 425, you collect all that money. Those 410 puts, good, you're fine either way. You're basically positioned positive, and when it goes lower, well, you collected 15 points, so now your break even is 395. Not a bad place to be. Does this make sense? Questions, concerns, thoughts, answers, help, reach out, holler. So we know the SPY is busted. The QQQ, I was amazed yesterday. Again, if Sam is listening, I'm just going to hammer him because he asked me, do you think the bottom is in yesterday? And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like, did the Qs just break? Look at this stuff. Where is he at? I mean, my head about exploded. I get so many different things. That's too, whatever. the point being is, look, the levels just broke. So where's now the first support? Right on your charts. Q. Sorry, I didn't even write it. SPY, 408, 412. We're at 412 now. Okay, so have that in mind. QQQ near term, 200-day, 339. But let's draw the fibs. I apologize, I don't have it already up. I don't know why I don't have it. I wouldn't be surprised if the 0.382 hits as well. I apologize, I didn't have that up. So, all right, cool. Again, think of it like this way. You go down, you rally a little bit. Now, if we go down a little faster, then we'll rally a little bit. Make sense? Comprende? Understand? IWM. It started lagging down, but notice today it was actually up for a little bit. So be in the back of your mind. Okay, the IWM, money is rotating out of tech into the IWM near term. So the IWM kind of chopping here a little bit kind of gives you a confirmation that maybe we're closer to the bottom than not, because IWM is making 52-week lows. DIA, we talked about this level in the 320s. Got it. Gold, this makes sense to me to potentially short massively. Watch this zone with a tight stop, because if, again, whatever causes the market rally, gold could get punked. Silver clearly doesn't give a shit. Silver's like, I'm not playing this game. The miners, as we've said, the markets are spilling. Miners are toast. Oops. Bye-bye. So let's move on from there. Oil, as we've talked about, gonna be volatile. Gonna be volatile. Agreed, Scott. Everybody's expecting gold to break out. Probably means it's not, right? Watch oil. It's probably gonna be choppy. XOP, what do we say? Watch the 152 range. All right. Well, it's probably coming back down there. So oil looks like, okay, if you shorted ExxonMobil, like we talked about at 113, 114, probably coming back down to 105, maybe to 100. Watch the levels. I mean, I could go through all of these shorts, but let's go to the ones that are most important to what I'm hoping people are watching. Costco. Breaking the 100-day. This could be one of those stocks where, again, it's broken the channel and the trend. If the market rallies, maybe it just hangs out. Maybe it actually continues to go lower because it has been holding up. Keep in mind, it can be a bifurcated market. Like certain things will go up, certain things will go down. FedEx, we talked about. Took some profit on it today. Oops. That was a mistake. Still going. You see my point? Does this make sense? Like, again, now what? Wait for a bounce. FedEx, put it on your bounce list. Caterpillar, same thing. 200-day, been hanging out, been trading in tech instead of cat, but it's heading south. Wait for places to bounce, right? Pick your favorite name. It doesn't matter. What do we say? CCJ, watch the 39s. If you want to short that, it looks okay. But again, do you really want to short materials? I'd rather go to the banks. Right? Look at the banks on every bounce. Look at this. This couple days of consolidation, I have no problem. You drop from 34 down to 32, but you do the math for that particular index. It's like 7% change. Give me some chop. I don't care. People are still overwhelmingly sell it. JP Morgan, if you've been trading this, we talked about, you should be rotating out of your options that were up huge and layering back into options down here and see what happens. Maybe it needs to get to the 200-day. Don't sit here and go all in short JP Morgan and hope that it breaks down, because if it does, great. But the odds say what? Say you. It might just need a few days here, and that's okay, right? Pick your favorite name. Here's Morgan Stanley. Like I was joking, like if that's your best trade, okay, yeah, it's oversold. If that is your best trade, then I don't know what you're trading, because I feel like there's a billion other great trades. KRE. Are you surprised near term? It has a little bounce. Maybe it's a 20-day. I don't know. This thing has just gone from 49 down to 38. Okay, again, look what it does. The road paved in gold for shorts and longs is never a straight line. Does this make sense? I hope so. Let's get into some tech names, because again, people I think were getting frustrated with MU. Finally, goodbye. Looks fine to me. AMD. I mean, again, the generational short in tech, in my opinion. Better hold the 93s. Adios, amigos. NVIDIA, what have we said? Watch that 405 area. Here we go. Is this about to break? Lower highs, lower lows? I mean, now it's clear. Let's draw a channel. What channel are we tuned into? I mean, that's a pretty slope. I probably would say something like this. Again, we want to, actually, you know what? This is a cool function. You can duplicate and add it. So if you want to have like a clean channel, there you go. Like a very same angle. Channel break. Trend line, somewhere probably down into the 380s, maybe more worse. Intel earnings after hours, who the hell knows? Complete crapshoot. We told you channel's broken. Okay, maybe it holds the 200-day. Do you see what's coming on here? As we come down and look at these charts, as you go through tech, you're going to see you're starting to come into levels where you don't get surprised if there's a bounce. You don't sit here and go, oh, I shouldn't have taken any profit. No. Here you go. SMH, 200-day. Uh-oh. Now, again, can it break the channel? Could it fill the gap? I mean, I don't know. Can it touch the gap? Can it retest this level of importance here? All things that I would be on red alert for. Now, again, did we crash through it? I mean, after you go from 155 down to 135, it's always possible. But the odds say we probably should bounce. That's all. So 132.50 to 135. I mean, somewhere in that range. Maybe even, I mean, again, I don't think we're going to hold the 200-day. That's my opinion. Good old Tesla, right? This thing's been absolutely throttled, right? How much lower can it go? I mean, near term, I don't know. But if we get a little lower low here, I probably would start taking more profits near term and anticipating a bounce. Just anticipate the bounces. Don't sit here with your head up your ass. Netflix. We talked about shorting this at the channel high. Is this one that could probably get cooked even if the market does go sideways because it's been rising so it got to channel high? Everybody who sees this goes, at some point, oh shit. Channel high. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stocks that are near channel low, probably a little less likely to what? Get sold off as extreme because there's been a ton of pressure. Does this make sense? Good old Microsoft. Gaps up. We told you this was a novice gap. Hits the 0.382. Okay. Could it near term? 325? Hold? Now again, if you're trading around your core and you're like, you know what, I got to take some profits. I've got so many profits. Fine. And you want to hold your core. You want to do whatever. Fine. It probably will at some point see the 310. That's all I know. Actually, don't. We know for a fact. If this is a head and shoulders top, you are coming down to the 200-day and that area. Right? Just write it down. It's coming, but it won't get there in a straight line. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be until what? The FOMC next week. Does this make sense? Have in the back of your mind, a lot of this stuff can chop around until the FOMC. Okay? For the love of God. For the love of God. Right? So, at this point, do yourself a favor. Chillax. Like, know what it's coming. Meta. Here you go. Crush is up to 315. We talked about it. Who remembers the 10-minute chart? I'll show it to you guys again. Posted this trade yesterday. Said, after hours, if you short it up at the trend line, looking pretty good. Oops. There it is. All right, now it's broken the 100-day. I mean, your guess is as good as mine where the next level of support is. I really don't know. I really don't know. Other than probably somewhere in the 270s. But again, these names that have been holding up so well can do what? They can get throttled. They can get punished. So, is what it is. Right? Guggenheim starts off the end of the beginning. The beginning of the end. Right? Goodbye. All right, near term, VAP zone here, 120s. Makes sense to me. Right? Goog 120 plus. Now we've got CRM breaking. Sweet mother and Jesus. Good job, P-Bird. I think you got this one. This is a big, long consolidation. I would not be surprised if it takes the toboggan slide down into the 180s. Amazon, earnings after hours. Based on what Google said, not good, but I would not be surprised if what? Amazon gets down to this 200-day. Could it bounce? Could it chop? I have no clue. Could it just blow out of the channel? That's always possible too. But here's the thing, like you got to start managing your positions because your profits are big. Your profits should be healthy, chunky, yummy. But also don't be surprised if the VIX starts spiking, you're going to get moves both ways. It's kind of like watching JP Morgan today where at one point it was up, $1? And now it's down, right? Like that's volatility. Apple, the fruit, write this down. Like look where we're at. At the channel low in the 162s. 30% fib in the 161. Would we bounce there before earnings? I could see that happening. But what did we also say? Every time it's broken a moving average of importance, it's come back at some point. So maybe we get below it and then we bounce back to the 200-day, right? Once was support is now resistance. So that's basically it. I don't know what else is there to say. If you guys got questions, concerns, thoughts, interests, beliefs, opinions, please say something now or forever hold your peace. But I think at this point, I mean, I was just looking at Netflix, like, 50-day near term would be the $3.99. Keep an eye on it. Free $99. $3.99. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? I need feedback to keep going, or I'm just going to let it run and be done. And not in a bad way, just like a threatening way. It's just, that's all there is to say. I hope this helps. I hope this helps tremendously. This should be next level stuff. Pretty quiet, which is good. Sounds like you're expecting down move at FOMC. I'm expecting, we know, hey, Holly, how you doing, buddy? First and last 3 business days of the month. Is there going to be new money potentially coming in? Is it possible that the rumor, remember, we know how this goes, the rumor that the Fed's going to do what? Cut, not happening. Not happening, but they will clearly start sniffing out a rumor, right? That's all you got to think about. They'll start talking about it, and just the talk of it when it's not going to happen, because, we'll go look at this is what'll be funny. Remember the last meeting we were like, there's 0 chance of a hike? You guys remember that? We're going to be sitting here going, there's 0% chance of anything happening. It's going to be a pause with 100% certainty, but they're going to be like, there might be a rate cut. There might be a hike. Like, CNBC's got nothing to talk about. Let's just make shit up. And let's just say that this could happen and that could happen. And we'll be sitting here going, it's 99%. Why would the Fed try to confuse their own their own tools? Why would they, why would they even do this tool? Why would the CME and the FOMC, everyone working together to try to keep transparency in the market, do the opposite? They don't do that. Did the December ones go up? I mean, again, potentially. Let me go check. That's a good question, Jordan. Oh, yeah, now we're back to a hike. Oops. Thanks for checking that out. Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, that GDP report, rate cuts, not happening. Not happening at this point. Market don't want more rate hikes. Again, this 4.9% GDP, again, I don't even want to look at. I don't care. It's not real. It's like every jobs report. Like, everything gets revised backwards. Every time. Oh, it was good this, but then it's like, bah, bah, bah. Oh, but everything was, It's like, it's all great to report the news now that everything's great, and then a month later revise the next number down and nobody cares. So, all right, I'm going to get going. I appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. Again, if you want, use the Coulling link. Hit me up, for the love of God. If you really need help and you're struggling. I post this all the time, and nobody uses it. You know how many Coulinglys I've done in the last week? 0. The last month? 2. I'm amazed. I'm here. You guys know it. Some of y'all have talked to me. I have no problem taking time to help you. Also, too, I appreciate the love, support, and the generous donations. Again, pay yourself, for the love of God. Pay yourself. Put money aside for taxes, because you're going to be paying money. People are like, oh, I'd never really put money away for taxes, because it means you haven't made money. It's okay. It's a learning lesson. And then 3, treat your family. Treat your family. Tell me, reward them. Make them feel like, wow, this is a great little thing you got going. And then last but not least, if you want to throw out a bone to your boy, because this education is fucking valuable. Don't go to Chili's if you want a good margarita. That's a fact. This is valuable stuff, man. And again, we're not right all the time. It's a probability-based game. We're all playing the same puzzle, trying to figure out the next move. Hopefully people realize that, versus no one is sitting here selling you certainty. If they are, run away. That's like someone saying, Chili's has the best margaritas in town. Run. All right, I'm going to head out. You guys have a great afternoon. See you in the live chat, or maybe I'll do a live chat this afternoon. All right, peace.